minutes. The light will go on at 1, 2, and 3.
As you have been able to tell, I'm sure, and probably knew when you came in, the number of issues that a provincial government, especially our government, has to deal with are huge. They're massive. They're complex. And so it becomes a question in an election, not so much where are you on every little issue, but what are your priorities? I'll tell you what the Wildrose priorities are. We issued a pledge this week that you may have seen in your mailbox, and if you didn't, by all means, go to the desk and pick one up. The pledge is quite simply that government, if we are elected to govern, will live within its means, will not raise taxes, will protect the weak, and will save for future generations, whether it puts a target on us or not. We're pledging to help families, and there's a number of details on that, because families need help. This is a hard world to raise kids in. We'll share a portion of our surpluses equally today on an ongoing basis with an energy dividend that is especially useful, I think, to people on low incomes and fixed incomes, students, elderly. We are going to have a healthcare wait time guarantee, and we are going to bring in an accountability act that allows Albertans to be proud of their government again. I urge you to get a DVD, and my last message before I get cut off here is that our leader, Danielle Smith, will be at the Morinville Greenhouse on Thursday, from 1 to 2, that's just 2 miles north of town. I would love it if you could come and meet her. She would sure like to meet you. She may be the next premier. Thank you.
There's a couple of areas that I want to cover that haven't been really talked about tonight, and that's one of them is agriculture. You know, it's really, really big in this area, and we need to ensure that we have a healthy, vibrant agricultural sector that ensures that we've got young farmers coming up. And so that's one of the concerns that I have, or one of the areas that I would advocate for, to ensure that we have that prosperous future for agriculture. And the same with small business. We have some amazing success stories right in our constituency where people have been innovative, developed a product, and it is being sold around the world. It's amazing. If you ever get a chance to see some of our international small businesses here, it's just an amazing story. I want to touch briefly on the Canada Pension Plan and RCMP, which was the question was brought up. I believe that we need to stay in the Canada Pension Plan and that we need to stay with our current RCMP system. Also, I have some written material out on the side dealing with property rights and with the electricity issue. I would encourage you to pick those up. As I have said many times at many doors while out campaigning, one of my promises is that I won't make any promises, except to listen. I don't know that I can keep promises that I would say today, but I will listen and I will take your issue forward. That is what an MLA's job is, and we must always remember that. I'm going to use a small quote from Alison Redford. We are going to continue to grow, we are going to continue to change, and one of the reasons that I want to be in politics, and one of the reasons that I feel privileged to serve in public office, is to be part of developing what that change looks like. We have seen a tremendous change in this province since she became the premier. We need to give more than 6 months for this changed PC government to do its work. What I would do for you is bring a calm, rational, reasonable voice to the table in Edmonton with honesty and common sense. I ask for your vote.
Your New Democratic Party priorities are providing quality public health care, delivering affordable electricity, helping young Albertans succeed, sustaining a clean, healthy environment, and making oil sands prosperity work for all Albertans. As your New Democratic Party representative, I will bring this constituency a proven track record of strong leadership, belief in social and economic justice that includes publicly funded and publicly delivered public services, such as healthcare, education, and all those other public services, and a compassion for the struggles of working people and their families. I was a union leader for 10 years. I was a negotiator. I had a membership that was quite large. I was re-elected many times. I no longer do that work, but I can bring you my experience and expertise to you as a member of the Legislative Assembly. Alberta belongs to ordinary Albertans, and it belongs to all of you in this room and your families, and New Democrats have not forgotten that. On behalf of Alberta New Democrats, I am asking you to carefully consider what each party will bring to you and your families, and remember that after 41 years in power, Alberta's Conservatives have not yet figured out how to deliver health care and public services to Albertans, or we wouldn't be talking about it today. It is indeed time for a change. And I also would like to remind you that on April 23rd, that we may have a minority government, and you may be interested to see or to understand or vote for the party that may hold the balance of power. And a vote for me will give the New Democratic Party a chance to stand up for you and your family every day. And as I said before, the New Democrats have a quite extensive platform. Please visit albertandp.ca to get the additional information. Thank you very much for being here tonight.
Thank you, too. Lisa.
As I mentioned earlier, we hold no delusions about forming government this time around. That's not even going to be possible. But we do have a vision for the future, and that future includes community, it includes taking care of the environment, it includes taking care of our families, and we want to be able to make the changes necessary to take care of those things. As Trudy mentioned, I think people are looking for a change. The fact that so many people are showing up to these forums the last few days is amazing. Even during the federal election last year, we didn't see nearly this many people at the forums. So people are obviously interested in seeing what the other parties have to say, or else everybody would just go to the polls next Monday and vote for Maureen. Like I said, it's amazing what a difference one chair in the legislature and the assembly can make. I think it's time to give the smaller parties a chance, and we're one of them.
Okay, thank you, and Leslie.
Again, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It would be a little bit boring if we sat up here and there was nobody to listen to us. And I hope you appreciate the fact that we have got a very fine slate of people up here. I have gotten to know these people as we have toured in different parts of this constituency, and we've got another tour yet up to the Swan Hills. But it's been fun, and I think people have shared what they want us all to know and what our province would look like under their various parties. I believe that what this province needs is more liberals. And I believe that because we have heard how we're going to fix this and how we're going to fix that. I think we do need a party that can balance the fact that again, public services are vitally important. That's like grade 10 civics education. And so we want to be able to mention that we pay for those things because it is for the good of all. There are many, many topics we could talk about, but I think we're down to the crunch where it says, how do we want our province to look? What values do we want our province to have? Are we concerned about each other? Are we concerned about our fellow citizens, whether they are rich or whether they are disadvantaged? And how can we help each person in this province to live and work and retire in a community that they choose? We didn't talk about transportation. It's huge, but we'll get around to that eventually. Okay, so why does a person run for office? Well, I found out that the other day while I was door knocking. Because I was talking to somebody who was having a real struggle, making up their mind who they were going to vote for. I said, well, you know something? That's one of the neat things about being a candidate. I know who I'm going to vote for. As you maybe noticed, I do believe in injecting a little bit of humor into these things, because if we don't laugh, we aren't going to do the best possible job. Nothing is that serious that once in a while a little bit of teasing about whether we listen to the CBC or not is okay. But the most important thing is I want you all to go home and find 10 people who haven't voted and tell them to get out there. Because we need to know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings our session to a close, but there's much to be said. To the candidates who have taken time out of their busy schedule to come and not only entertain you, but also inform you. So can we give them a rousing thank you?